There's more to Stonehenge than a stone circle on Salisbury Plain. More than 430 items from the UK and Europe form what the museum says is a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. The centrepiece is the loan of a 4,000-year-old Bronze Age timber circle called Seahenge, also known as Stonehenge of the Sea. Stonehenge is situated in the south of England. It was constructed with what's known as blue stones from West Wales and is a site that becomes important at summer and winter solstices. But at this exhibition it's all the other items on display that shed light on its mystery. One of the curators at the British Museum, Neil Wilkin, tells us about why the exhibition has brought these items together.
So Stonehenge can seem quite an isolated monument, almost sort of out of time and out of place. By bringing objects from the other parts of Britain and other parts of Wiltshire together in one place, we can put the monument in context. We can pan back and see how it fitted into a bigger picture. And what we think is really important is that to understand the mysteries of Stonehenge, to understand why people went to all the effort of building such an extraordinary monument, you have to understand more about the world in which it was desirable or possible to build such a thing.
Wilkin says there's been a lot of recent research around Stonehenge and its landscape.
One of the most important new discoveries is to pinpoint the origins of the bluestones in West Wales. And in the exhibition, we tell the story of how they were brought a remarkable journey right across Wales and England to Stonehenge. And we think that the people who brought them to Stonehenge might have been bringing them from their ancestral home, from the place that they maybe began their community or came from.
At the time that Stonehenge was being built, there were many other fascinating monuments being constructed. Some in the Orkney Islands have been represented in the exhibition. But at the heart of the display here is a relatively new find, Seahenge, part of an oak circle that re-emerged on a remote Norfolk beach in 1998. Due to the shifting sands, a large upturned tree stump surrounded by 54 wooden posts was revealed.
What it tells us about is a different scale of society to Stonehenge. Stonehenge was the temple of a people that came from across Britain and probably Ireland and beyond. But Seahenge is a much more personal monument, probably big enough for a community or even a family. So it's kind of like a shrine to Stonehenge's temple.
Researchers know from dating the wood that it was built in 2049 BC. Wilkin notes that the survival of the 4,000-year-old timber circle is exceptional.
We even know it was built in the spring and summer of that year. So we have a remarkable insight into the moment that the monument was built off the coast of Norfolk in land that would later be inundated by the sea.
Among the other many artefacts is the Nebra sky disk, which is thought to be 3,600 years old and the oldest surviving representation of the cosmos anywhere in the world. There are many gold items, one of which is an extremely rare 3,000-year-old sun pendant, described by the British Museum as the most significant piece of Bronze Age gold ever found in Britain. Solar symbolism is a key element of Bronze Age cosmology and mythology across Europe. This 5,000-year-old chalk sculpture, on display for the first time, was discovered on a country estate near the village of Burton Agnes in East Yorkshire in 2015. Wilkin says analysis of its carvings will help to decipher the symbolism and beliefs of the era in which Stonehenge was constructed. You have until July 17th to visit this exhibition and learn about the history and mystery of this ancient monument. Neil Woodrow, NTD News, London.